I hope you were just kidding, because I just clicked go live.
Oh.
I feel like I start every stream that way. It's very, very weird. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
We are here live tonight. Very excited to be here. Not excited until I get that confirmation that we are indeed live. I make a point of this every single time because, it just is what it is when it comes to me. And the funny thing is, it's not just me, it's everybody that's also affiliated with me. Sound video, 10 of 10. Thank you, Paul.
Awesome.
It also affected you because you went on Rico Stand the other night, and we had to scramble last second to run you into here.
Right, because I wanted to stream from my office, and I was really looking forward to doing that because it was more my thing, just to be in my own little area. And
and you did an amazing job. It looked like you had a lot of fun. I enjoyed just sitting there watching you on that. So
it was lots of fun. If there's not a lot of people in here yet, but the people that are in here, if you've never heard of Rico Stan, you should check him out. He does some really awesome interviews with people, like other YouTubers and stuff, and his style is a little different, where you get to know the person more than, we talk a little bit about fish too, but it's just fun because the way he does it, you get to know who he is speaking with, and it's just fun. He's done quite a few of them already, and it's so laid back and just like you're having a conversation with a friend, and it was so much fun.
I too was fortunate enough to be a guest on his show, but it was way before you. Well, not way before.
It was a couple weeks.
Yeah, the day after we got home from Aquashella, actually. I was on with him, and it was a lot of fun. You wanted to stream from the office, but we don't have hardwired internet in there.
Right.
Wow, my throat sounded weird there. There is the link. Thank you, Paul, for that. He put a link to your appearance on Rico Stand.
Oh, yay. Thanks, Paul.
As soon as we signed on with him, he was like, you're a little laggy. And I was like, of course. And
Shocker.
So we moved you out here, and you got to sit in here and do the stream where it is 86 degrees and
oh my gosh,
very pleasant.
The first 10 minutes I was like, whew, it's warm in here.
Nobody saw me sneak in and reset the fans and all of that kind of stuff trying to help you out. But that was fun to watch. You definitely looked like you enjoyed yourself, and I enjoyed watching it.
I was having fun.
Here's what we're going to do tonight. First of all, the man himself, Rico Stan, just sent in a $5 super chat, said, wanted to say thank you to both of you for hanging out with me. I've always enjoyed your channel, but getting to know you takes it to another level.
Aw, thank you for having us.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And I love KG, the man of mystery, says, I bet Lisa remembers my name.
I know you're from Texas.
I don't remember his name because I don't remember things.
He's horrible about remembering names, and I'm
good at remembering names. If I meet somebody in person and then I meet them again, that's fine. But online, no.
Sometimes it's not that I'll remember a name. I'll remember something about the person, and that'll make it like click in my head. Like, I love KG. I know he's from Texas, and that's my thing,
Yeah, I just remember that the name says, I love KG. Listen to this. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. Just got a new car and was hurrying the salesman to get home to watch you. Wow.
Aww.
That is a something that you should cherish and you should enjoy, and you should not rush home to watch us. But thank you so much.
Well, that kind of reminds me of when I went on Rico Stan's live stream. I was trying to hurry up and get home from the recruiter's office with my son. He was signing up to go in the Navy, and I'm like trying to hurry up and get home because I was going to be on the live stream and I didn't want to be late. So it was, I totally get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, at least you did show
Whips
up on
World
time. I didn't
made
show
it.
up on time.
Whips World made it. He's not here 5 minutes before the stream's over.
How fun is that?
Yay.
Listen, we have an agenda tonight. I have to interrupt here because we do have, we don't have an agenda, but we kind of do. So here's the deal. Here's what we need to do. I got some things that I want to tell you about that I'm super excited about. It's been something that has been months in the making, like literally since like the first of the year.
Yeah.
This has been going on, and it is finally about halfway there. It's not all the way there yet, but we're working on it. And that is going to involve a little bit of salesmanese. Is that how you say it? I'm going to show you some things that we've added to the website that I'm super excited about. But while I do that, and we kind of have people roll in and all of that, really get the show going, what I want you to do, people that are watching right now, I'm pointing directly at you, but I'm actually talking to the people on the camera. Get your questions in now. It does not have to be super chats. We will look for you in the chat also. The way we like to do that is we go back and forth. Lisa will find a question. I will do super chats. This way, we don't end up being the last 20 minutes and all we're doing is reading super chats. We want the whole thing to be kind of intertwined in there. And so get your questions in now. And if you're, this is going to sound like a salesman. I promise you, if you super chat, you will get answered, but you don't have to super chat to get your question
We'll do our
answered.
best to answer questions. It's not easy to get everybody's, but we try.
We're 5 minutes in. There's already 275 people in here. It's going to be difficult to get every single one, but we'll do our best. But let me tell you about these things that we've added to the website. I got to tell you, when this finally showed up here at the house, I was as excited as I've been in a very long time, because the process of getting this whole thing to happen was not an easy one. And it's not necessarily the company that gave us a hard time. It was more just the whole process of doing all of this. It's not an easy thing to do, but this is what we do for a living. So it's not a complaint. I promise you that. We wanted to add some things to the site, including lights and also some newer types of sponge filters, stuff that we've used in the past and really liked. In fact, I have one running on, well, I'm not going to move the camera because I have it all set up perfectly, but in my Congo Tetra tank, I have one running right now. One of the ones that I'm going to show you here tonight. And I am going to do videos on these things coming very soon. I'm actually going to be filming them this weekend, and then we will put them up as they go up. Another very important announcement about videos that I'm going to make. We shouldn't, but I'm going to make the announcement about it. I'm going to do it now so that I can't back out and so that I don't forget. Listen.
Does it include me?
It does. Yes, of course it does.
Oh, great.
So we are committing to 2 videos a week starting August 1st. We already have a whole plan of what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. And it's going to be, if you've been following this channel for a while, we've done this before where Tuesday videos are not necessarily vlog style videos, but they're just kind of an anything goes, whatever we want to do on those days, whether it be the spotlight on a particular fish or setting up of some kind of new project or something like that. Gonna be doing a big project on the tank behind Lisa Marie there very soon. Spoiler alert, I'm swapping out the filter in there. The filters that I've put on there are working great, but I don't like it, and I'll explain it all in that video, so definitely be on the lookout for that. That's going to be something that'll come out on a Tuesday. And then also when we do things like product reviews and stuff like that, I'm not only going to review products that we have on our website, although that does make a lot of sense for us from a business standpoint. I love so much doing product reviews. It's so much fun for me to do. And so we will be getting back into doing a lot of that too. So that's the way the Tuesday videos are going to be. The Sunday videos are going to stay the way they are. Those are the ones where we're doing top 10 lists or true or false, or keep fish keeping keep fish keepers, fish keeping videos, those kind of things. Those are all going to be on Sundays, but Tuesdays will be a little bit more laid back. Now that we've announced it, we cannot back out. So
you announced it, so if something happens, you have to make the videos.
That's true. But it's going to be both of us, not just me. Some of them will be just me. Some of them will be just you. And some of them will be both of us.
Especially the quite a few that I had input on.
Yes. Don't say that as if you don't normally have input on videos.
No, mine.
They're your videos.
They're my
yes,
videos.
Absolutely. So, I started using, I've used a lot of sponge filters. We've used tons of different types. We used to carry the deep blues a long time ago. We've carried a couple of different types recently, the Sephoras and things like that. But I got into these new sponge filters and we also have a whole lot of the Aquarium Co-op sponge filters too. These are all great products. They all work beautifully. Mm-hmm. But I was introduced to a new type of sponge filter probably a year and a half ago. And I absolutely fell in love with it. We carried something similar to this on our website a long time ago, and they like instantly sold out. We bought like 100 of them. They instantly sold out, which is a good thing, but they were almost impossible to get them again. I don't know why. For some reason, the place that we were buying them from just never got any more of them. So it was not, we weren't able to get them again. So I started looking for replacements. Now, the first one that I'm going to show you is one that is almost identical to the one that we carried on our website. I just took this out. The difference between this one and the other one is this guy right here, the telescoping top. Very excited, or outlet on it. Very excited about that. This is a Haiger product. This is a company that there's been a lot of people talking about Haiger recently on YouTube videos and stuff like that. And the whole time I've just been like, oh, if I could only say that we've got all of this stuff coming. A lot of people raving about their products, including me. This is a company that's making products that are affordable. I don't want to say cheap because they're good products. Cheap to me makes it sound like it's junk. It's absolutely not. But affordable. And it took us a long time to actually be able to get them, but now we've got them, and I'm very excited. This is the first one. This is very similar to what we used to have. It was a JBJ brand that we had before. Can't get them anymore, so we've got this now. Very cool. Small tanks, 5 gallons, whatever. But then there's this.
They're perfect for betas.
Well, no, this is even more perfect. The smallest sponge filter you've ever seen in your entire life.
Adorable.
Look how adorable this little thing is. Suction cups to the back of the tank. You gotta love that. All of these do. Very, very cute. You could put this in a 1 gallon tank if you wanted to get that water movement, get a little more filtration in there. Very cool. All of these sponge filters that I'm going to show you come with spare sponges too, which is very cool. You want to take one out, bleach it or whatever you want to do, and have a spare backup, or maybe you've got fish that like to nibble on the sponges and it wears away after time. You've got a spare one. Very, very cool. I love this little thing. This is it's the cutest little thing. You can stick it sideways if you wanted to, so that it's way up on the water line. I don't know that I would do that.
Good for shrimp too.
Yeah, but you could do that. And the cool thing is it's tiny and it mounts to the back of the tank. Beautiful, beautiful thing. But then we move into the big heavy hitters, which again, this is almost the same one that I'm using in my, what are those fish? Congo Tetra tank. But this is, again, these are all Haiger products here. Same concept, except it is the dual. You've seen these. I've seen people making videos about them. Michael made one recently. It was not the Haiger, but it was just like this. There's a few companies that are making this style of sponge filter. I love this thing. I've used these for a while now, and when I saw that I was able to get them, I was really excited about that. The cool thing about these, the difference between this and the one I just showed you, is this little compartment down here. I don't want to mess with it too much because these two also come with this extra sponge, and that's actually stuffed into this compartment here. And it's one of those things, it's like that Jack in the Box, where if it starts to come out, it's going to go boing and pop out of here. So I don't want to leave that open. But what this is for, this little compartment, is to house biomedia, which is awesome. A really cool thing that you can do with a sponge filter. Who would have ever thought that you could do that? This is not a new thing. They've been out for a while. It's not like they just invented these or anything like that. There's been other companies out there that have sold them, and they've been out there for a while. But it's very cool. It's a really cool concept. Again, dual suction cups attaches to the back of the tank or the side of the tank, however you want to do it. You get the biomedia in there. You get the extra sponges. Next
Awesome.
level stuff right there.
That is super awesome.
But then we move to the one that is in my Congo Tetra tank. This is the one that takes all of these and it ramps it up another notch. This is the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. Same concept of sponge filter, except it has a small pump on it. You don't have to hook this up to an air pump. You can if you want, but you don't have to. You can plug this bad boy in and it will run, again, telescoping. How cool is that? Maybe you're somebody. I particularly don't. I like air pumps, but they always make too much noise for me. And so this thing will run absolutely silent. It's a sponge filter without having the air hooked up to it. I am not sitting here trying to tell you that pumps that have, sponge filters that hook up to air pumps are bad. That's not what I'm telling you at all. These all do. I'm just saying maybe you don't want all the bubbles. Maybe you don't want the noise that comes with an air pump. All that air pump has to do is touch the side wall of your cabinet and you get that horrible noise. Huge pain. You don't have to worry about that with this. This is next level stuff right here. Absolutely love it. Again, you get the extra sponges, you get the biomedia. You got to love that. Very, very cool. I'm trying not to sound like an infomercial here. I'm just wanting to show you these things because I'm so glad that we finally have them on the website. Now, this next thing is one of several that we're going to have. This is just the first. Basically, we put in the biggest order of product we've ever put in our life. And the reason why we did that was because we had to get this stuff direct from China. When you do that, it ain't like UPS. It's not like it shows up 3 days later. It's one of those things. They send it over on a boat. Sometimes it takes months. They broke this up into 2 different shipments. All of the sponge filters and this next thing that I'm going to show you came in the first shipment. The second shipment is going to be all LED lights. I've got them running on 2 tanks over here. I'm very excited about them. I've been a fan of these for a while, and they are on the way. They're, I think, on the water as we speak, being shipped to us. They should, I think, based on the amount of time it took for the first batch of stuff to get here, we should have them within the next week or so. And we got a ton of them. So we will have a huge assortment of lights, all the different sizes from, I think, 18 inches, the smallest size, all the way up to 48 inches. So be on the lookout for those coming. But maybe you're one of those nano tank users. And if you are, and if you've followed around with this channel, you have seen these before. You've probably seen them on that dreaded website that starts with an A, and I'm not talking about Aquarium Co-op because we love that website. I'm talking about the big website that starts with an A. You know which one I'm talking about, the one that's named after the river down South America. They have these on there, but don't go by there. Don't go buy them from there. Buy them from us instead. These are the clip-on nano LED lights. I love these. You've got 12 of them running.
12.
They are great. We've been huge fans of these. Mounts on the back of the tank. You got the flexible gooseneck. You can do whatever you want to do. You want to put the light on like that, you can do it. I love that about these.
What I liked most about it when I had to buy 12 of them was that they were affordable.
Yes, they definitely are. They will not break the bank at all. And so, yes, you got to love it. We've had them and we've been running them for well over a year now, and they are fantastic. 2 different sizes. That's the 10 inch, and there's also a 14 inch. So if you're running a 10 gallon, a 5 gallon, a 15 gallon, you can definitely use these on there and you will love them just like we do. I definitely like having lights up off the tank.
Me too.
Even though these are the only ones that we have that are that way, it's nice to have them up. No, the discus tank is up too, right? Yeah.
Yes. And so is the beta sorority.
Right.
But we're
yes.
not going to talk about those lights.
I like that. I like having them up out of the way so that when you're opening your lids and stuff like that, you don't mess with them. Big fan of that. The lights that we're getting, the longer LEDs, those are not that way. Those are just your standard LEDs that'll rest on your tank lids. But this one for your nano tanks is clip-on. It's not clip-on because you got to tighten the little screws and stuff like that. But it is very cool and they work beautifully. There you go. We've got those now. Everything that I just showed you, we have on the website right now. And we'll be getting the other lights very, very soon. And my UPS guy is not going to like me that day. He didn't like me when these sponge filters came in. He called me that morning. He was like, dude, what are you doing to me? Because his truck was full of boxes of all of these sponge filters.
So full. It was hilarious. We all went out there and helped that day. It was insane.
Yes, it was a mess, but they're in there now, and we're excited about it. And hopefully, a week or so from now, there will be more, and he'll hate us again. But
Carlos said, "Here, I just did a review of a Higer light and linked people to the River store. When if it had been a bit later, I could have linked to you."
Carlos, you are an affiliate for us. You can change those links, my friend. Although only if it's these lights. The other ones, it'll be a little bit of time. But yeah, don't link to that river site.
River site. I thought that was funny.
I actually we're going to be doing a bit about that on one of our Sunday videos coming up, and I'm probably going to make some people very, very angry. But I'm going to explain my problem with Amazon. Amazon's not a bad company. They're not what they're doing is not, I'm not one of those people that hates the big guy. It's not like that at all. But I do believe that company, that website is doing a lot more damage to the fish keeping industry than you think. And I'm not talking about damage to me. We're fine. They're not hurting us. But they are hurting the small mom and pop fish stores. And I'm going to talk about that in a video. And it might even be the video that goes up this Sunday. I do not like filming on Saturday and then putting it up on Sunday, but I'm really excited about that video, so we might just have to do that. So thank you, Eric Furlow, for that. Hopefully that is your affiliate link, not just a link to us. I bet you he's going, I didn't think of that. You can do that, Eric. You can post your link. But anyway, thank you for letting me do that. I'm so excited. Folks, we love what we do for a living. And every single day we're like, I can't even believe that this is what we do. But it can be challenging for a company like ours to get new product because people just don't want to sell to us. Because they'd rather sell direct on Amazon and make a whole lot more money. Anyway, stepping off the soapbox, it's very difficult to get companies to sell to us because we're not big time enough for them. I've actually had major manufacturers tell us, look, we just can't sell to you. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So when I am able to lock down some good products that we can have on the website, products that we use, that we believe in, that are not going to break the bank, we absolutely love that.
That's the important thing, because there are things that we can get, but we just choose not to get them because it's not something we would use. So why are we going to sell it? If we don't believe in it, we're not going to push it for other people.
Well, and there are plenty of lights that we could get that we would make a whole lot more money on than we would these. But it's just, we would sell one of those, per week or whatever, where we might sell 40 of these because they're more affordable. So that's the mindset there. But it's not all about bringing you the cheapest products. They got to be good too.
Right.
We don't carry the cheapest hang-on back filter, not even close.
Right.
That one is, the title is pretty expensive, but I don't think there's a better hang-on-the-back filter out there. So anyway, our philosophy is if we believe in it, that's what we're going to bring to you. And that's what we've done here. I've got these lights running on 3 different tanks in this room as we speak. So if that doesn't tell you that I believe in the product, then I don't know what to tell you. So Anyway,
Right.
there we go. So that enough salesmanship. I'm going to have to put all this stuff back in the boxes when I'm done, and I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, all of that stuff is on the site right now, and the new lights will be on there very, very soon. I literally ordered those lights like 4 months ago. I mean, it's ridiculous how long it's taken. And my only fear is that we're going to sell out really fast, and it's going to take months and months to get more of them. But it is what it is. So,
Yes.
did you find your first question already?
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
we're there.
There's a lot of questions and stuff, but I did want to say something because lately we've been getting a lot of emails, and there's been some really nice ones that have come through. Not that we get mean ones, but we've had a lot of people email us telling us lately how much they appreciate us, just really sweet things, and that means a lot to us. We appreciate that. You took the time out of your day to email to say that you appreciate what we're doing, and it's helped you, and that is awesome, and it makes us feel good. So I just wanted to let you all know that, because I see some people in here that have done that. I see them in the chat.
It is a challenge to respond to every single one.
I try. I've been a little behind this week with things. And to all the people that sent their condolences on my grandmother passing, thank you. That meant a lot as well. So I was a little behind getting back, to everybody with emails. But I try. Especially the beta question ones. I do my best.
Yeah, I leave the beta questions for her, and I'll be like, we'll be in the same house texting each other.
Yes.
Today we were one room apart, and we were
apart.
texting each other. Shame on us, but I'll text her. Hey, got a couple of beta questions. Hello, you've been letting them go there for a little bit, and I'm one of those people. I cannot stand the red dots. I hate them. The red dots on the phone, you got 5 emails. I hate that so much.
That's why I just pull it down and I push clear, and then I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, well, it's on my desktop too, which I'm sitting here all day. Somebody just said, I can't see it. Do you plan on selling TurboStart 700? No, and it's not because we don't believe in that product. We believe it. I used it in this tank behind me. It's a great product. The problem with that product is that it has to stay refrigerated. That's not something
That's
that
the stuff
we're able
we
to
used
do.
to have in the refrigerator all the
Yes.
time. Yeah.
It's a great product, but we're not going to be able to have a refrigerator dedicated to it and then ship with cold packs and all that kind of stuff. Could it be done? Yeah, I suppose it could, but we're just not going to do that.
Right.
So we don't plan on doing that, but it is a great product. If you can get your hands on it, get it, because it is good stuff. We do have the Fritzheim 7, which is a similar product, and we've had just nothing but people constantly raving about that product. So the Nats just had a single home run hit on them. Daggone it. Ugh. Travis Kelly, thanks for everything you do. You guys were mentors when I was brand new to the hobby a couple of years ago. You taught me so much. That's awesome. Kind of goes right back to what you were just saying. That is, that's what we're doing it for. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. Are you?
Lefty says, Grr, YouTube isn't showing me when you all are live. Lefty, I just messaged with you an hour ago. But then again, you thought it was Saturday or Sunday, so I'll give you a pass.
It is so difficult to just keep track of days. It's so weird. We went to a Nats game on Monday,
Right.
and that threw our days off so bad.
I know.
Because you go to a game like that, you feel like it's a weekend, and it was Monday, and that definitely threw things off. I had to keep reminding myself tonight is stream night, because I don't know, the days just they're all the same. I feel like the guy in the beginning of that movie, Nothing, no, what was that movie called? Mr. Nothing or Mr. Nobody, that's the one, with Saul Goodman in it. where he just relives the same day over and over and over again. Not Groundhog Day,
I was
but
going to say that's the one I know of.
yeah. I feel like that sometimes. It's like over and over and over again. Love it. I love my life. I love what I do. It's awesome. I'm not complaining, but it is the same thing over and over again. So when you do something like go to a Nats game and get the most recent bobblehead that they gave away, yes, sat directly behind home plate. It was a beautiful thing. And got the new bobblehead. So very excited about that. Furloughs Aquatics, I can think of anything witty to say, so just take my $20 turd.
Oh, that's funny.
I think he meant can't. But Eric, you don't have to do that, my friend. Thank you so much for that. And then Whip's World came in with that kitty to make sure we knew that he was here on time this time.
Yay.
It's always cool to have the former guitar player or current guitar player from Ozzy Osbourne with us in the chat. Now people are going to be like, really? Is that Zach Wilde for real?
Sala, I hope I don't mess your name up and I will feel bad. Sala Koivuma says, I love your channel so much. It really helps us newbies to the hobby.
So that's what we're going to do. All we're going to do is read questions that are praising us.
Yeah.
That's dirty. But that's very nice of that person to say. Thank you so much. I Love KG says, my username is because of y'all. It's Joseph. I'm going to write that down.
You know what? I was going to say Joseph, and I was like, no, because then if I say Joseph and it's wrong, then I'm going to sound like you, and I don't know. So I'd rather just be honest and say, I know you're from Texas.
I want to say I'm going to write it down, but I think I said that last week too. So Stephen P. 2003, Lisa, as I mentioned to you, to Rico Stand Tuesday, thank you all for keeping me entertained for 2 hours on my drive from vacation.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that comment.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
I'm probably one of the only few people in the world that when it's time to go home from vacation, I'm usually ready.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's time.
Absolutely.
So going home is actually a good thing, but it takes forever. It seems like those are always the longest drives or the longest flights to get back home. Jeff
Right.
H. pooped on us, and manes, tails, fur, and fins. The only way I can get that channel right is if I see it in front of me.
Right. Yay, Jess.
But we got to hang out with her and her husband, who looks like the guy from
And
Army of the
sons.
Dead.
And corgis.
Then the delectable corgis, which I just wanted so badly to just take home with me.
They were so cute.
She became a member, so welcome to the
Yay.
team.
Danny Weshi says at Jesse Morales, absolutely no reason why 2 rams couldn't be in a 20-gallon to breed and such. Thank you for answering that question, Danny.
That is a good thing that we have people in the chat that will help others out. That's a beautiful thing. It's impossible, even though this whole episode or this whole stream is about Q&A, it's impossible for us to see every single one of them. I've watched quite a few big streams, not fish keeping streams. I'm not going to say what they were because people would get all mad, but I've watched streams that are not in our world that have 14,000 people watching them. I saw one the other day that had 59,000 people watching. And I was just like, first of all, I'm not nervous with this kind of stuff, but I think I'd be a little nervous with 59,000 people watching.
That is a lot.
And the stream or the chat was just like constant. It was just constant. It never stopped. And I was like, there's no wonder those guys do not look and answer questions in the chat, because that would be impossible.
I am a yak says, is a 20-gallon hexagon tank big enough for a beta? It is plenty big for a beta. You do want to be careful sometimes with putting a beta fish in a larger tank than like a 5 or 10, because at first they might be a little stressed, because if you get them from the store or wherever, you know, they might be used to just a little tiny, you know, a little bit of room, and that might be too much for them at first. You know, they're not used to swimming that long of a distance. So with that, I would just suggest making sure you have plenty of resting spaces, especially like, you know, leaves or something for them to rest on up top, because once they get up there, they're probably like, whew, that was a swim. I need to rest. So just to make sure they have plenty of places to hang out at up top. Yeah.
We
There you
had
go.
somebody that bought a beta from us last week, I think it was, bought one of the aliens from us and emailed us and said, hey, put this fish in the tank, and he just doesn't seem happy. It's like
Yeah.
kind of laying
A
around.
29 gallon, yeah.
Yeah, or I thought it was a 35, whatever. It was a larger
Oh,
tank,
yeah.
and with other fish and stuff like that. And you recommended, why don't you? They had mentioned in the email that they do have a smaller tank available, a 5-gallon.
Mm-hmm.
She moved that fish.
It happened with 2 people. Remember? 2 people that happened with. And I suggested a smaller tank, and they did that. And then she emailed back and sent pictures of him being extremely happy in his smaller tank. And I think he's going to stay. It was just too stressful for him to be in there with all that activity and, just having to swim a lot more.
It is one of the few fish out there that we would ever say, you might have that fish in too big of a tank.
Yeah.
That goes against everything we say in all of our videos about almost every fish. But with betas, sometimes they can get a little moody. Not all of them. We've got some in a 125. We've got some in a 75. They're perfectly happy. But some of them, they kind of appreciate that smaller space. And so taking them from that 29 gallon or 35 gallon and putting them down into a 5-gallon that's a little bit more mellow and easier to navigate makes them happy. And there you go. I mean, that's a surprising thing that you can do that, and they instantaneously perk up and they're just super happy.
Yeah, I was so happy to hear that. And I love the pictures. I love getting pictures of betas that we've sold to people, and it's special to know that they're happy, and to actually see pictures of them happy is nice too. Brian Galati, I may have said that wrong, I apologize. I have 2 full-grown Oscars in a tank, and I am growing 2 smaller ones in a separate tank. How big should the small ones be before I introduce them to the tank with the 2 larger Oscars? Big enough to not fit in their mouth, for one.
That one is tricky.
Yeah.
And this is why...
It's going to depend on their temperament.
Yeah, this is why you don't see 6 Oscars in this tank right here. That was my plan all along, was to get 6 Oscars. And well, it wasn't my plan all along. It was one of my original plans. I got the 2 to start, and I wanted eventually to have 6. The problem was that size difference. You go to the store, I've got these heavy hitters in here that are like 12 inches long, and to add some that are 4 inches long would almost be criminal. I mean, that would just be terrible. So the best case scenario is to grow them all up, but you didn't ask about that. It's too late for that. I would feel the most comfortable if the smaller fish were more than half the size of your existing Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
I would even say, if you can get it to be where they're 3/4 of an inch, or what? Yeah, put them in 3/4 of an inch. That'll go real well.
3/4.
3/4 the size
Yeah.
of the original fish. The problem there is, if your Oscars that you have that are bigger, if they're still growing, they're going to be growing at the same rate, and so it's going to be forever before that happens. But if they're full grown, or they're mature, and you can get those newer ones to get up there in size where they're half to 3/4 the size of the originals, you should be good. But still, please understand, there are absolutely no guarantees. I got lucky with these guys in here. We added him right there. He is the newest one. The red, he is an amazing, amazing fish. They pushed him around for a couple days. No damage or anything, but they kind of flexed their muscles around him when we first put him in. I say he. I don't know if it's a he or not. But then after, a couple of days, they kind of gave up. They were just kind of like, all right, we got a new guy in here, so what?
Yeah.
And they all 3 swim around, no problem, and we're good to go there. But the original 2 Oscars that I have, which is that tiger there and the why can't I do that? The albino tiger, they were mean to other fish that were in this tank. So, you know, you never really know. Having said that, put them in with the bikers. No problems at all.
Put the bikers in with them.
Put the bikers in with them. No problems at all.
They act like they all get along really well.
It's funny because the bikers are all over the place, and you'll see them sometimes. All three Oscars will be huddled up in a group, and the biker will come. The Enlicari will come up. The Lepradi is not as social, but the Enli, which is this guy here, well, they're both right there. If you don't know the difference between the two, the Enlicari is the one that has more of the splotchiness to him, where the Lepradi just straight up looks like an alligator. Oh no, now the Nats just had a grand slam hit on him. Yay,
Focus,
tonight's
John.
wonderful.
Focus.
The Enlicari is a lot more social. He's kind of all over the place, where the Lepradi is kind of lazy and just kind of hangs out. Sometimes you'll see the Enli just swim up in between all three of the Oscars, just like mingling with them. It's fun. It's fun to watch. Anyway, it took me 10 minutes to answer that. Get them as big as you can and still understand you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Just like I don't know why my dogs are howling, all three of them.
I think Kenzie and CJ are back from the gym. Yeah, the Chihuahuas howl like the beagle now.
They emulate the beagle.
Yeah.
It is hilarious and also really annoying.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear them through the microphone, but those are Chihuahuas howling like that.
Yeah.
Silly.
So Dion Wade said, Lisa missed a promo opportunity. Girl, we can get betas from you. Yes, you can get betas from me. And speaking of that, I have some new ones that I'm going to be putting on the site. Like I have some king betas that are like that big. I mean, they're huge. And I've got some new samurais. They're pretty nice. That's all I'm going to say about that. I've never carried these ones, and they are gorgeous. So be looking for those.
And when they go on the site, they're going to be on the site for about 20 minutes before they're sold.
Yeah. Those king betas, though, I mean, they're so big. I mean,
we had to snatch those up. Black Koi Records. Hey, thanks for hitting up my channel. I have to tell you, I am in the military, and I used to watch your channel Top 10s to get me my day going. Don't change you all, and hi, Lisa.
Oh, hi. Oh, yes. I remember watching that.
Was that the one where the guy
he made a comment,
commented like, yeah, right,
he's
like John's gonna comment.
Yeah.
He's too arrogant or whatever, and I commented back like, yeah, I know, he's super arrogant. I don't know.
That's why I was like, John, I watched this video. It's really awesome. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but you should definitely watch this video, and he did. So
yeah, that was funny. What fish would you recommend for 2 large leopard leaf fish in a 75 gallon? They are my big babies, but some color would be nice. You know what? I would probably stick with some of the most non-aggressive type fish out there. Because the leaf fish are just they just kind of chill. I mean, unless I'm thinking of the wrong fish. Wow, I shouldn't have taken a drink of Coke while live streaming.
you shouldn't be drinking Coca-Cola
I know.
anyways.
I've fallen off the wagon a little bit because my knees bother me, and it's
So let's drink Coca-Cola because that's going to make us feel so much better.
it's so embarrassing. I did solve the knee problem, though. I've gotten so many emails over the last week of people. Somebody actually emailed a link to an exercise machine that is specifically for people with bad knees, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
But I actually solved the problem, at least I think.
He learned how to run.
I changed my form, and then I also bought some really expensive shoes. Not really. I mean, they were $150, but I went to a running store, and they put my feet on the thing and checked all the things and did the measuring and all of that, and I got some really good shoes. The combination of that with the change in form, total game changer for me. So knees still aren't 100%, but I feel like I can get through it now, and be on my way again. I don't know what got me onto that, but the leopard leaf fish, I would stick with fish that are just super docile, some cory cats or something like that, maybe some small tetras, like even if it's the cardinals or the neons or something like that. Something that's not going to be too wild. Like my favorite is the rummy nose, but they're going to be all over the place. They're going to be wild. I would stick with some that are a little bit more mellow, and some cory cats. You'd be good to go.
Eduardo Antonio Orengo Costa. Lisa, how long have your neons last while in the discus tank? I have rummy nose in with my discus, not the neons, even though those are good to have too. I have the rummy nose, and I'm on my second batch because I had a really bad situation happen with the first set of rummy nose I had in there. Our water came out bad. And I wasn't able to catch it in time, and I lost the rummy nose. I did not lose the discus, thankfully.
Didn't affect the discus at all.
No, not one bit. And those are Hans discus from Discus Hans USA, by the way.
Of which we receive no commission whatsoever. We just love that guy.
Yeah, we just think he's the best. But anyways, so my second batch of rummy nose have been in there probably a year and a half. Yeah.
They've been in a while.
Yeah, and you know what? They eat the exact same thing I feed my discus. I don't feed anybody anything differently. I throw in Hans's food or the extreme krill flakes or the bloodworms, but everybody's doing great.
And see, that's the thing. I just said, hey, let's keep fish that are more mellow in there with them, because the rummy nose are all over the place. But yet the rummy nose don't bother our discus, so
the rummy nose
probably could be good with those too.
The rummy nose just swim around together in school, and they don't bother the discus at all.
And they don't stress them out either. I mean,
no, not at all.
I lost my place here. I thought no, I didn't. I did. I think I skipped. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I am all over the place here, folks, and I am supposed to be a professional at this. I have loved all the betas I have received from y'all. They are gorgeous, healthy, and have such great personalities. Thank you.
Who said that?
That is Melanie
Melanie.
Bellhumor. I hope I'm saying that right.
Melanie has Rocket and Moon.
Right. Yes.
And she bought, I recall, 3 of the rose tails. See, I know, Melanie. I remember. I know where my fish go. I remember.
We're not big time enough to not remember people, especially with the fish. I mean, we sell a lot more dry goods than we do fish.
But we communicated. Melanie and I, we had conversations back and forth. So I know who Melanie is, and I know the fish's names. So...
The interesting thing is the Zen Ginger re-upped her membership here on our channel, and she's also a mod, which means her letters are blue, and when you put that on the green stripe, you can't see the name, but I can make it out. It says Zen Ginger. Welcome back, Zen. Stephanie Gamero, also with the Australian super chat, and nothing attached to it. Just here's money, just take it, and all the way from Australia. At least I think that's what the A means. And then the Fish Tank Barn wants to wish us a happy Perth of July.
Oh.
For Perth.
Nice. That's really nice.
I'm pretty sure spell check did not help you out there, Mike. But thank you so much for that. Unless that's an inside joke that I'm just not aware of, I don't think for Perth is a real thing.
That's so funny.
Hope everybody does have a very safe 4th of July. I think the 4th of July is going to be very different this year than it was last year. But I still think we're going to do the exact same thing, which is just walk out to the cul-de-sac and see what the neighbors are doing. Because we don't have small kids here anymore, and we're not partiers, so not really any reason to go crazy. So I promise we will have a safe 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. We're very boring people. As long as we have each other, that's all we need.
Absolutely.
Deborah Hill says, at Lisa, 10-gallon tank, 1 male, 1 female guppy, sunsets. There are now 1,000,000 tiny pinheads wiggling through wisteria, been smashing flakes for the babies. What is a baby? Fry food. You know what, Deborah? When I had fry, whether it was angelfish fry or guppy fry or whatever fry I've ever had, at the very least, I would use flakes. I would smash it up to a powdery form, especially something like extreme krill flakes, because it's got that protein in it and everything they need. If that's all you have on hand, then that's fine. And then I would move up from that to like the nano extreme, because that's meant for very tiny fish as well. You can do the brine shrimp. If you're into hatching brine shrimp, that's good. I wouldn't do it like the first week. Let them, grow a teeny bit. But, because their mouths are so teeny tiny. But if you're just taking that flake and you're making it into a powdery form, then they'll be fine at first.
The good thing about that is that it will, the flakes will just kind of float around and eventually work their way down to the fry in the wisteria.
Yeah.
The nano pellets are great. They're teeny tiny itty bitty pellets, and they'd be fantastic, but a lot of them will sink down through the wisteria, go all the way down to the bottom of the tank, and your little micro fry aren't going to want to go down there and get it.
That's good for, like, say, for instance, our Mbuna, because we know that these yellow labs are having babies. They're not going to be able to come out and just eat a flake, because they're going to get eaten. They're going to be food. So it's good
they ain't eating anything.
It's good to have food that falls down in between things too for the fry, because they might be scared and they don't want to come out and eat because they're scared. So
that's the funny thing about that tank. I'm sad that you brought that up, because that tank that you see behind Lisa Marie has 60 fish in it, and there is never not a female holding in that tank, and there has been up to 7 at one point, all at the same time, hiding down in the rocks, holding. If you're not familiar with what I mean by holding, because we have a lot of new fish keepers that watch us, and we love you, we're glad you're here. African cichlids, not all, but most African cichlids from the Rift Lakes are going to hold their fry in their mouth. The female is going to hold the fry in their mouth until they're ready to be free swimming fry. So when we say a holding female, we're talking about a female with a mouthful of babies. We had 7 of them that we counted at one time, and we have not seen one single baby yet.
Yeah.
It could be because they're hiding deep in the rocks.
I'm going to snatch one out and stick it in a 10-gallon and just have babies in there myself.
It's so hard because they're down there in the rocks, and it's also a 30-inch tall tank, so it's hard to get down in there. So it's my favorite size tank in the world, but it's not ideal for breeding fish that you have to chase after and catch. Yeah.
Philip Tamarchio, do you recommend quarantining a new beta before adding to their permanent tank? If the permanent tank is a tank that they're going to be alone in, then they're quarantined. So don't worry about putting them in a separate tank just to put them in a separate tank again by themselves. If they are shrimp or snails in there, then it should be fine. If you have other fish in there, though, then yes, quarantining the beta would be smart. That way you're not possibly giving your other fish some kind of disease, depending on where you get your betas from. So I would quarantine any fish I got. But like I said, if you're getting a beta, it's going into a tank by itself. That is quarantining it, basically. So.
Yes, indeed. We get yelled at for that quite a bit. I wanted to bring something up. I saw this. I looked over, and I saw you saw me kind of doing this and looking around and being rude while Lisa was talking. I wasn't being rude. I was actually looking for something, and I don't have any up here. Got an email today from a customer, and I have to say his name because his name is Richard Marks.
Neat.
I loved Richard Marks. I don't think it's that Richard Marks.
You never know.
It could be, I suppose. If it is, I've seen you in concert. It was a real good show. But anyway, Richard ordered from us, and we did exactly what we always do. And he emailed, and he said, "Hey, wait a minute! I didn't have a Bubbles sticker in there, and I was looking for it. I wanted one. I was looking forward to getting one. What's the deal?"
Aw.
And what I was looking for was to be able to show everyone the new sticker that we've got. We did retire the Bubbles stickers, and we have the KG Tropicals KeepFishKeeping.com, the new logo that we use. We had those made up. Jadron Aquatics is the guy that made them for us. He does a great job. He's made all of our stickers for us.
He's the guy that sings
Fish
I'm
nerd.
a fish nerd. A fish nerd.
He's not the fish nerd. That's Carlos. But he is
such an awesome
Jadron
song.
Aquatics, Jadren. He has an awesome channel. Check him out. We've ordered from him all of our stickers. And I decided, because we went through the trauma with Bubbles last year and all of that, we don't have the shirts anymore and stuff. It's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and swap things up. Do the new logo on a sticker. So Richard Marks, if you're listening or watching, you should have gotten the new sticker. If you didn't, then I made a huge mistake. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that. We do still include a sticker in every single order. It's just not the Bubble stickers anymore. It's the new one.
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Morelia, I think I'm saying that right. You have a great website, especially love your beta collection and individual beta videos.
Yay,
Do you
thank
ever get any purple betas in?
Ooh, speaking of purple betas, I will be having some up soon. I believe they will be Dumbos. I have, yes, there'll be Dumbos. Also, there should be some females up that have some purple in them right now, but maybe not solid purple. And then, I have a really pretty purple king beta. Yes, so.
Oh boy. Melissa.
Claire Franklin said, "This is for Lisa. Would you recommend Epsom salt baths for betas?" If needed, yes. Like if looks like they're constipated, definitely I would recommend Epsom salt baths. I don't think people should take them in and out of their tank all the time and do it, but yeah, if you want to get a container, put some Epsom salt in there with warm water for 10 minutes or so and do that, then that's fine. Put them back in. I wouldn't do it on a regular basis just because there's no reason to stress the fish out, but yeah.
Melissa Jeswald says Lisa's betas are the best.
Thank
Crushing
you.
it. And that's a little play on words there.
Yeah, because she has Crush. I love Crush.
Randall Monholland sent through $2 and retracted one of the messages. So it's like, hey, I was going to say something, but I just decided, no, I don't want to say it. And I can't see what it was that he said. So thank you so much for that. Randall Shannon Danelli? How many? This may get the award for the comment of the day. I think we should start doing that. Shannon asks, where'd I put it? How many of these tiny sponge filters for a 125-gallon tank? I would
That's so
love to
funny.
see that tank. I'm going to say 60 of them. 60 of them. And all of the bubbles, it'll be fantastic looking. Yeah, that'd be kind of silly, but very fun. Yeah, these are going to be more for your 1-2 gallon, little fellas. That's what those are going to be for.
I do a lot of stuff. That's his name, or her name. What tank mates are good for a beta in a 5-gallon tank? I would say none. Just a beta. Just a single beta. Maybe a snail, but no more fish.
You don't need any other fish in there. Let the beta be the king, and that's all you need.
No, I wouldn't put a king beta in a 5-gallon.
I didn't say king. I said let the beta be the king.
Okay.
BQ, do you have a rough ETA on large eucalyptus driftwood? Loving the streams like always. All of these questions are about our website tonight, which is great for advertising, but we're not trying to do that. I'm going to tell you a story about that eucalyptus driftwood. First of all, I've got 2 pieces of it in here, which I can't sell to you. The tank is still a little cloudy, but there's one, which is glorious, and there's another one. Fantastic, love those. The answer of the question is, I don't know. Last time we put an order in with that particular distributor, I ordered a lot of it, and I was excited because it sold really well when we first had it on the site, and I wanted to bring it back, and the order got processed and the order got shipped, and they shipped none of it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why that is, but they shipped none of it. So that is a shame. But the answer to the question, BQ, is as soon as we can get it, we will get it.
Yes.
But we
It was a big seller.
It was, and that's the only distributor that we deal with that's ever had it.
Yeah.
And I understand why, because when we buy it, you don't just buy individual pieces. You buy they come in literally in big potato sacks, like full of this driftwood. And they take up a lot of room. And it's not something that can be neatly stacked on a shelf in a warehouse somewhere. Mm-hmm. They're basically like in a big pile. And so I can understand they probably don't keep a ton of it in their warehouse, which is a shame because we would buy a lot of it every single time we put in an order. Daryl Deemer came in with the $5. Thank you, my friend. I love KG. Again, I'm determined for y'all to remember. I'm going to write it down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it while we're talking. It's Joseph. I know.
Joseph from Texas.
Jacob H. Love y'all. Hope you said Texas and it made me say y'all. Hope all is well. Getting home after a long trip is the best. It definitely is. Even after Aquashella, when we came home, I was glad to be home. I had so much fun. It was a beautiful thing. I wrote his name on here. I'm going to remember it.
You're going to remember it.
But I was done. I mean, that was a long weekend. It was so much fun. And part of the reason why I was so exhausted was because it was so much fun. And can't wait to do it again in Chicago.
Wow. And that's next month.
That's a month and a half away.
Wow.
I actually talked with the person. I'm not going to say who it was because then everybody would be messaging that person. But talked to the person that's in charge of getting us there and all that for Chicago. And I was saying, I think we're going to pass on the coming in on Thursday thing. We made the decision to go to Orlando on Thursday, and we actually paid for the extra day at the hotel. It was not a problem. But I said, I don't think we're going to do that this time. I think we're just going to come in on Friday and leave on Monday. And they said, might need to get you there on Thursday because airlines are so unpredictable these days. And, so we might be there an extra day again when we go to Chicago. But that is a done deal, by the way, unless something catastrophic happens. If you've been on the fence about whether or not you want to go to Aquashell in Chicago, make your mind up now because we're going to be there. So you have to be there. They got a lot of big plans for YouTuber stuff, not stuff for us to do, but stuff for all of us to do. The YouTubers with all of you.
Right.
It's going to be a blast, and they have really some really cool plans. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hope to see you there. Othie and Shauna, I hope. Thank you. That is the Hiya Kitty. Thank you so much for that. Are you ready to jump in whenever you want?
I actually wanted to bring something up that I forgot about.
I hope we're not in trouble.
No. So I went to the post office the other day to take packages and everything to drop off, and they said, "You have a package," and she handed it to me, and it was addressed to Honey. And I thought it was so adorable. I don't know if anybody follows me or not on Instagram, but it's Lisa_KG Tropicals, or is it KG Tropicals _ I don't know. But anyways, on my Instagram, I put a picture of Honey on there with her new gift, and it's a blanket. It's a fishy blanket that was sent to her from Janelle Grace, and she's from Tennessee. and her website, or it's Witty Kitty Crafts, and they make blankets and different things for animals. And I just thought it was so adorable. And she sent a note, and it says, "Here is a bed for Honey to enjoy while you work, Janelle." Also known as SKC_Janelle on Instagram. You can check out all of her stuff. And I just thought that was really sweet because Honey got a gift.
And she indeed sleeps on that all the time.
All the time.
Which means we have much less cat hair on the back of our couch.
Yes.
Which
and
is
it's
a beautiful
just the
thing.
Cutest little blanket. It's, kind of like a padded blanket, and it's got fish all over it, and it's adorable. She loves that blanket.
Michelle Kinsey says, thanks with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Jeffrey's Fish Room, have you ever revealed a tank? Have I ever revealed a tank? I'm getting a 180-gallon set. Tank is 10 years old. I think he meant resealed. I think that's where we were going with that. Going to put Hans discus in it. How many discus is Lisa's tank, and what size is the tank? 10 discus in a 125. That's what she has. Have I ever revealed a tank or resealed a tank? Yes, I have. And if it's 10 years old, I would start thinking about it. I would look at it. Silicone can last much longer than 10 years, but if it's been used a lot and water in it, and then it dried out, water in it, dried out over and over and over again, and all of that kind of stuff, it could be worn down. The easy thing to do, what I would probably do, depending on where the tank was going to go, is I would stick it in my driveway and I would fill it up and I would see what happens. And if it holds, then, I would probably feel comfortable.
I was waiting for you to say, get a new tank, because I was going to say, well, my tank is over 10 years old and I want a new discus tank.
It's true.
Gosh, I was really waiting for you to say that.
No, but it's not going to hurt to reseal it. But then again, I'm somebody that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've always maintained that, because I've had situations before, not necessarily with aquariums, but where you have something that's okay, but you just feel like, you know what, I'm gonna mess with this thing a little bit, and then you just have problems nonstop from there. If you'd have left it alone, you'd have probably been okay. That tank that Marie was just talking about, that's over 10 years old, it's probably 14 or 15 years old, still has the original silicone on it. Never been touched.
Isn't that the one that you got for the first tank for our house back in the day?
Yes.
And it was used when you got it.
Yes, it was.
And that was our very, very first tank that we ever had together.
And I want to say the guy said he had it 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
So that's a 15-year-old tank. I bought it in 2010, and the silicone has never been touched on it, and it's been fine. So, but what did I do with that? I put water in it out in our yard before I brought it into the house. And that went in our living room. If it's something going in your living room, I would probably do that. I would probably fill it up and I'd let it sit there for a week or so, just to be sure, before moving it into the house. But yeah, I hope that helps you. Lefty3213A or Lefty Lots of Numbers. No, don't tell people about the new betas. My heart.
Because he wanted one that was on the site, and he was waiting till payday, and somebody bought it. Like,
that happens.
He had that beta in his cart too, and I was like thinking, oh, it's not a big deal. That's not one that sells as quickly, and sure enough.
That is the one and only downside to the way we do things, with having the photos of the actual fish and the videos of the actual fish. People see them, they fall in love with them, and you get a lot of people, and unfortunately we have to tell them no, that they'll email and say, I'm not getting my tank for 2 weeks. Can I buy the fish now, and can you hold on to it? And we can't do that. I mean, it costs us a lot of money to take care of these fish, and it takes you a lot of time to take care of these fish, so we're not able to do stuff like that. If we just had a generic Nemo and a generic Koi Galaxy, and you just rely on us to pick you out a beautiful one, which would be so much easier,
Yes.
we wouldn't have that problem. So, but yeah, you know what? It's one of those things where when you fall in love with one, you just got to jump on it. It's sad, but that's the way it goes. Britt Forbes, do you think 29 gallons is enough room for silver tip tetras to leave a half moon placat king beta alone? I got 3 by mistake, and I've noticed the second male is getting bullied, so I wanted to get more to help out. Silver tip tetras to leave 3 silver tips with a king beta in there. Yeah, that's plenty of room. Silver tips don't get huge, and they're gorgeous. I love those fish.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't see why that would be a problem. And
But do they like to school? Are they a school
that I cannot
fish?
answer for you.
Because maybe there should be more than 3.
Yeah, I mean, you got plenty of room in a 29. I think you should be fine with there. Even, yeah, if you wanted to add a few more. Because they don't get super big, so why not? The more the merrier.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-tank addiction pooped on us like he always likes to do. Stephanie, again, yes, I'm from Australia. Figured out how to super chat. You guys are great.
Aww.
I rarely get to watch your live streams. So excited I made it today. What time is it in Australia right now? Hey, Siri, what time is it in Australia? Sorry if everybody's phones just went crazy. 11 a.m. So you're watching us in the middle of the day. How about that?
Drinking some coffee and, well, no, not everybody does that at 11 a.m.
That's only you that drinks coffee at 11
What
a.m.
am I thinking?
Whips World, I'm not a live streamer, but I play one on YouTube, and I agree with this channel. You guys rock.
Aw, thank you. I'm so happy you made it on time.
I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not a live streamer either. I'm just really good at acting like I'm one.
Oh.
Brooklyn Chandler Wiley, lots of people super chatting tonight and then just withdrawing their question. Like, forget it. These people take too long to get to the questions. Thank you so much for that. Jeff H. John sent a couple emails with pics trying to ID my rescue cichlid. Help, 75 gallon is cycling soon. Should soon be ready. I know you're brutally busy. Lisa Ellen's losing her mind. Blue crown tail, please.
Oh my gosh. I looked for a blue crown tail when I was with my supplier last week, but they didn't have any. Now I do have a couple on the site. They're the marble ones. They're white with the blue in them. I don't know if you've seen them, but honestly, they're getting a little bit more blue. So, you know, there are those.
The Nationals got saved by rain. It's pouring down rain there. They were getting their butts kicked anyway, so that's unfortunate. Now, listen, I'm got to be honest, Jeff H. We get a lot of emails every single day. It's almost impossible to keep up with. And if I'm being brutally honest, doesn't matter who it's from. It could be Joey Mullen could email me and say, can you help me figure out what this fish is? That would go to the bottom of the list of all of the other stuff. And it's not me being insulting. I'm not being rude or arrogant or anything like that. It's just we've got questions from people that are ordering stuff. We've got questions from people wondering when they're going to get their stuff. We've got all the things that we have to do. And when somebody emails and says, can you tell me what my fish is? That usually goes to the bottom of the list. Like,
well,
I'll get to that when I can.
It's really hard to tell too.
That's right, and it's one of those things I've had it before one too many times where I'll say, oh, I think your fish is this, and they'll be like, no, it's not, and I'm like, well, why did you ask me? So I don't feel like getting into those arguments. I'm sure you wouldn't do that, Jeff, but
no, he's a nice guy.
You know, it's those are difficult for me to do. And a lot of times if I don't answer you, it's because I took a peek and I'm like, I don't know. And I went on past it.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what that fish is. And I don't want to answer you and say, I don't know. Then I look like a jerk. So
Joe G asked, Lisa, can you still tell which yellow lab is dude? Yes, I can tell which yellow lab is dude.
Yeah, I can too. Where is he? I did struggle that one time to find him, but I think he was just hiding.
What I've noticed with him, he's a little different than the others because he doesn't have the black on his
Well, that's just
fin.
because he was still so small.
Well, I'm going with it.
Yeah, I see him right now. I'm looking right at him. Could you see me? I was looking right at him. Andrew K, can an African butterfly fish get along with a beta fish in a 40-gallon tank? I'm going to say no.
A what?
A butterfly fish. The African butterflies. They look like little arowanas.
Oh, yeah, they're cute.
They are very, very cute. I don't know that I would want to put those with arowanas, though. I've never seen it done, never done it, and there's probably a reason if you've never seen it done. Doesn't mean it's impossible to do, but I'm just not somebody that would want to do that. My gut tells me, and since I haven't been running, I've got some room in my gut, believe me. My gut tells me no, don't do that. Fish Fan 20-gallon long, that's a cute name. What are your thoughts on chocolate gouramis in a community, guppy/platy, 20-gallon long? Chocolate gouramis. I'm going to look that up because I don't know that I've ever seen those. Chocolate.
Ellen Horcher says, I saw those white ones, Lisa, but my heart's set. Okay, Ellen. I promise you, as soon as I get them, I'll put them up. I mean, after they've gone through their time of, waiting and quarantining, but I'll let you know too, because I'm pretty sure I can go back and email and find Jeff's email to email you guys back. So
I'm looking at the chocolate gouramis, and I wouldn't treat them any different than any other gouramis. I don't know that a 20-gallon is going to be acceptable, and I also, are you trying to breed the guppies and platies? Because you won't be if the gourami's in there. So I probably would not do that. They don't get huge, but I don't know that a 20-gallon is appropriate. I don't know why I always get asked questions about fish I've never had. It happens all day long on our live streams. Bob doesn't get that. People ask Bob about fish he knows. Or maybe he's just a genius and I'm not. But
Google it. I see him sit there and Google things.
I ain't afraid to cheat. I'll cheat right in front of you, right in your face.
Just
I'll
don't
cheat.
go by Wikipedia, please.
Google is not always the reliable source either, but taking a peek at it, I would not do that, only because when I think guppies and platies, I think they're going to be breeding and it's going to be cute and it's going to be fun, and that's just not going to happen if you're putting the gourami in there. That's going to be one fat gourami, though, because it's going to be full of all kinds of guppies and platies. Whips World is looking forward to meet us in Chicago. You better be about 6'5", with long blonde hair and a huge beard and be a big giant bodybuilder guy wearing a leather vest. That's what you better look like
my goodness.
in person, because that's my image of you.
No, he's going to take us to a good pizza place along with Jason and Joanna, and we're going to get veggie pickle pizza.
You are going to get veggie pickle.
I'm going to get
the
veggie
people in
pickle
Chicago,
pizza.
when you go up to a place in Chicago, which Chicago is known for pizza. Chicago, Detroit, New York, Philadelphia, these are all places that are known for pizza. They're going to be insulted, and they might kick you out of the restaurant.
I doubt it.
I don't know that I would ask for pickles. Maybe bring a little jar of your own.
No, they'll have it.
Maybe if it's a pizza / sub joint, maybe they would have them. I don't think Jason and Joanna and Zach Wild are going to take us to a pizza joint that's going to have pickles.
They'll have pickles.
I don't think they're going to have them.
They're going to have them.
I love KG. My daughter really, really wants a beta. Is there a particular one that is hardier than another? She's really good with our other fish.
Aww.
And signed all caps, Joseph.
Well, what I would recommend, it's a placat. Instead of getting a long fin beta, I'm not saying that one's better than the other, hardier than the other, but at least you don't have to worry about fin damage as much. So I would get a placat, a smaller finned beta, whether it's male or female. And yeah, that's what I would get.
Levi Martin, can I keep different types of ram cichlids in the same 125-gallon community tank? And how do I keep them from breeding because I don't want to deal with fry?
Oh.
Yes, you can. How can you keep them from breeding? You can't.
Yeah.
Get all males or all females. How do you determine whether they're males or females? I don't know because I'm not a ram expert, but I know it can be done. I think they need to be grown for people to be able to do that. But for a ram person to be able to sex them, I used to know how to do it, but I forgot about it, about how it's done by males or females. That's the only way you're going to stop them. But can you mix the golds with the blues and the Bolivians and all? Sure, yeah, especially in a 125. Of course you can. This name has the word thunder in it and a bunch of X's. So beta sorority stocking ideas in a 20-gallon, 5 betas. So you're wanting to know what types of betas, maybe? That's for you. I don't answer those questions.
Well, I mean, 5 betas in a 20-gallon, that's what I've always recommended myself. I would get either 5 sisters, the ones that all came from the same spawn, or if you're getting 5 females just from wherever, I would get them small. Get them very small, start them off small. You have a better chance of them growing up together and getting along better than if you go get 5 full-grown females that have been in their own space all that time, have their own personality for all that time, and you put them together. I'm going to say it, you have females, regardless of fish, that are used to being alone, and then you put 5 females together that are adults, someone's going to be a little bitchy. So you might want to start them off small, let them grow together, get used to growing together, and you are more likely to have a successful beta sorority. And I would add ditherfish just to break things up in case there might be some aggression. Keep it heavily planted, whether it's with fake plants or live plants. Make sure they have their own spaces to go hang out in, because they're females and they want some of their own space, some of their own privacy sometimes. So, and keep them fed so that they're not hungry, because women, when they're hungry, again, get a little cranky. So, keep them fed, a varied diet. Throw a little spirulina in there, maybe once or twice a week, not as the main source of food, but just on occasion to make sure they don't have, they don't get constipated, or you get it confused with something else, like them getting egg-bound or bloat or something of that nature. So, yeah, I hope I helped. Trying to be detailed.
Got one more here, and then I'm going to tell you a story that doesn't have anything to do with fish, but I made an error the other day that I am going to regret for the rest of my life. And if you know anything about me, you will totally understand why I'm saying this. But Lefty Lots of Numbers said, booking my Aquashella hotel now. See you there.
I can't wait.
That's going to be very
fun.
fun.
I'm so excited. Lefty's one of those people that I really want to meet in person. So I'm excited about that.
I don't know if we're going to be able to even go and get Chicago pizza, because there are things planned for every single night of Aquashella. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm getting me some pizza. I'm getting it. I'm getting some. All right. I broke a rule, and this is something, folks, I want to give you some advice here. Something that you should never do. And I Love KG says it will be completely by itself. There you go. That's the beta. That's perfect.
Oh, good. Then that works.
So we went to a Nationals game the other day. It was bobblehead day. So, of course, I was there. We got our bobbleheads. Very exciting. And got the best seats we've ever had. Nats Park, and pretty much any baseball stadium, not that I've ever been to another one, but they're all, it doesn't matter where you sit, they're good seats. Nats Park, you bought me some tickets for a game. That you got them for my birthday, which I can't wait to go to, another bobblehead game, and we're sitting right next to the field, which is amazing. But these tickets were directly behind home plate. I was literally in line with home plate.
I could see my favorite player perfectly.
And she was looking at his butt the whole time because it's the catcher.
The catcher. That's my favorite player. I think I was the only one there that even had his jersey on, too. Number 10, because Gomes is a 10.
She is
Number
in
10.
love with a Brazilian baseball player. And you know what? I don't blame her.
I'm not in love with him.
He's a beautiful man. I don't blame her.
He's just a great player. I mean, he's a great player.
So anybody that's watching right now that is a baseball fan, please don't be like me. Please don't make this mistake. We went to this game. It's 100% occupancy. There was not 100% of the people there, but there's no masks, and it's great. And it was a great experience sitting directly behind home plate. I made a friend behind me. His name was George. He was awesome. We were talking the whole game.
Nice.
Had a wonderful time. The game was 5-1 all the way up to the 7th inning, and one of our relievers, Justin Miller, every single time I've been to a game, he has blown the game every single time, allowed 3 runs in the 7th inning, I believe it was. And we were already talking about maybe getting a little head start on traffic because we got an hour and 15-minute ride home. All the people, all the things, we wanted to get a little head start. But the game was 5-4 at that point. It wasn't I wasn't comfortable leaving. But in the 8th inning, Gerardo Parra comes in, and everybody does the baby shark. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's adorable. I actually got video of it. He comes up to the song Baby Shark, do, 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 you know that song, and everybody does this in the crowd.
He was right after my player, in case you needed to know that part.
It's really, really cool. And they do that every time he comes up to bat. And he comes up, he walks. Okay, that's good. Starlin Castro comes up right after him, hits a double. We got runners on second and third. So I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable now. Let's go ahead and go. We leave, and as we're walking down, it happened. It happened. The thing that any baseball player would despise missing, because it happened 45 seconds after we left our seats. Ryan Zimmerman came in as a pinch hitter and hit a 3-run home run in the 8th inning. Brought everybody home, and we missed it. We heard it, but we missed it.
We were still in the building.
We were in the building, and the funny thing is, and it's not funny, but the cool thing about it is, when we heard the absolute chaos that ensued, I ran. We were passing, and I ran and kind of looked over, and I was able to see. Baseball fans will know everybody asked for a curtain call, and Zimmerman came up and did his curtain call, and I got to see that. It was right in front of me. That was awesome. But I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I missed that. We did get out of there. We got out of there very fast, and we were able to beat the traffic, and that's a good thing. But you don't leave right before your player hits a 3-run homer in the 8th inning. You just don't do that.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't my idea.
I know. Shame on me for that. It was 10:30 at night. I wanted to get home.
Hey, we had really good seats.
But there's one thing that's even better. See, you broke a cardinal rule too, and you did, because she ordered a Yan Gomes jersey. They made it custom for her because they don't have his jersey there, because I don't know why. He's one of the most popular players. I don't know why they don't have his jersey there, but so she had one made. They texted her right before the game started and said, hey, come and get it. You left the game. Let's play ball. Here we go. Bottom of the first. Second pitch, Kyle Schwarber hits a home run, like he always does. Third pitch of the game, Trey Turner hits a home run. And I'm like, where are you at, Lisa? She's down picking up her jersey from her beautiful Brazilian catcher that she wants to have. And she missed all of the fun. And then Juan Soto came up and hit a double. It was a beautiful inning. But yeah, you got to miss all of that, and we both missed the Ryan Zimmerman one. But
it's all good.
What a fun time that was. Can't wait to go back. My favorite thing in the world to do is go to those games. Real quick here, because it is 9:29, and it is either James or Ed's birthday. I think it's Ed's birthday celebration tonight.
I thought it was James.
It's either James or Ed, and they are celebrating one of their birthdays tonight, so we got to get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Mustache, what a cool name. What would you put in a new 29-gallon tank? I would put Congo Tetris, because that's exactly what I've got over there. That's exactly what I would do, and that's exactly what I did. KR,
I would put endlers in because I like endlers.
Yeah, but Congos
It's
are better.
not just about you.
Well, he said, what would you? And I'm the one that read it, so he was talking to me. I just got Hellboy mail number 31. I'm so excited. I have to think of a name. Help.
Ooh, a name.
Do it quick.
Hold on. I have to see which fish that one is really quick, and then I can tell you because I know him.
While she's looking, I will tell you another thing that I got so scared today. I'm watching through the Harry Potter series again, and I'm enjoying it so much. I love those movies so much, and if you don't like them, you are a bad person like Lisa Marie, because she doesn't like the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, Hellboy Male 31. He's so gorgeous. I would... He reminds me of a firecracker in like 4th of July. So maybe... Goodness, he's just so... He is... And he's got a lot of personality too. Maybe firecracker.
There you go.
You don't
Hellboy.
have to keep that name if you don't want to, but now that I know that you're getting him and I'm seeing him, I named him Firecracker for you.
You ordered him on the 4th of July, or on the 1st of July. You're going to get him soon after the 4th of July. When he's a Hellboy, you think of hell, you think of fire, firecracker, 4th of July. It fits. That's the perfect name.
Regina Phalanges, you said Liberty, and the only reason why I would not name that fish Liberty is because I did name a beta Liberty, and I sold, well, I didn't sell that beta. That one went to Susie Q. Yeah. And there, yeah. So I've already had a beta named Liberty.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that KR can't name his fish
Absolutely.
or her fish.
Yeah. I mean, how
Liberty.
many Lisas and Johns are out there? So
But Firecracker is an awfully cool name.
I like Liberty.
So, yeah, we got to go here, folks. Brian Barlow says, boom, super chat. I like it. Thank you so much for that last minute there. This has been a lot of fun. I don't want to impede too much onto Fisherman Fever, so I will pass it off to you.
You missed Jeff H's super chat.
Oh, I saw that and I didn't read it. John, I totally get it. Think I've narrowed it down, filling my cart at Live Fish Direct. If he's a brat, he'll go in his own tank. MTS Pleco plushie freaked out the two cats for a couple days.
Oh, that's so
funny.
funny.
Sorry I missed that before, Jeff, but yeah, that is really funny. And you know what? If you're buying African cichlids, you cannot go wrong buying them from Live Fish Direct. So you made a good choice there. So, yep, there we go. I'll turn it over to you like I always do.
Alrighty, well, thank you for joining us and sticking it. What am I trying to say? Sticking with us through. Stop! I was having a brain toot. I'm sorry. Sticking with us throughout the stream. But yeah. Go ahead and go over to Fisher and Fever's live stream. Wish James a happy birthday. Hashtag happy birthday. And have a wonderful 4th of July to the people here in the U.S. and to everybody else. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Everybody stay safe. And we will see you next Thursday.
And thank you very much to Brody Clayton and Momo Juan. Sorry, but thank you all so much for that, and we will see you next week.